unsettling war. The early nights were restless, filled with tossing and turning, a mind unable to quiet itself. You'd drift off only to snap awake moments later, convinced you'd heard something, a faint whisper, a rustle of unseen fabric. But then the dreams began to shift. They weren't just vague anxieties. They transformed into vivid, horrifying panoramas, scenes that felt far too real, too visceral to be mere products of your subconscious. You find yourself standing on hot, shifting sands, the sun a merciless disk in a sky of bleached white. Before you, colossal pyramids rise, their stone faces shimmering with an oppressive heat. The air is thick with the smell of dust and something else, something cloyingly sweet and ancient like incense and decay. You're not alone. Figures in long white linen robes move silently around you, their faces obscured by shadows, their movements eerily deliberate. They don't acknowledge you, but you feel their presence, a chilling sense of being observed, judged. It's like being at a very quiet, very judgmental pool party, but instead of swimsuits, everyone's in burial shrouds. Then the scenes change. You are suddenly inside a vast, echoing hall lined with columns carved with strange, animal-headed gods. The light is dim, flickering from unseen torches. At the far end, on a raised dais, a figure sits enthroned. You can't quite make out their face, but the presence is overwhelming, radiating an icy cold authority that makes your spirit shiver. This figure is draped in gold and jewels, but beneath the opulence, you sense a profound ancient malice. It's the kind of malevolent energy that makes you want to curl into a fetal position and hum children's songs until it goes away. And you know, deep in the pit of your stomach, that this is the Pharaoh, the one from the tomb. A lesser-known historical fact is that ancient Egyptians believed dreams were often messages from the gods or the deceased, providing insights into the future or warnings. Dream interpretation was a significant practice, with some temples even having designated dream beds where petitioners could sleep and seek divine guidance. So your current nocturnal experiences might not be just bad pizza. The nightmares grow more specific, more tormenting. One night, you are trapped in a narrow, dark passage, the walls closing in, pressing against you. You can hear faint scratches, skittering sounds in the darkness, and the overwhelming scent of dust and rot. You try to scream, but no sound escapes your throat. It's a classic horror movie trope, but in your dream, the fear is absolute, tangible. You wake up in a cold sweat, gasping for air, the phantom weight of the wall still pressing on your chest. You consider turning on all the lights in your house and just staying up until sunrise. Maybe you should take up knitting? Anything to keep your mind off the creeping dread. Another dream throws you into a chaotic market square, ancient Egyptian shouts echoing around you. The sun beats down, but the heat feels oppressive, unnatural. You see strange, half-human, half-animal creatures moving through the crowd, their eyes burning with an otherworldly glow. They don't seem to be part of the mundane market scene. They are observers, specters, their gazes fixed on you with an unnerving intensity. It's the kind of dream that makes you question if you've accidentally watched too many documentaries about obscure mythological beasts right before bed. Like, did I really need to know about the Ammit, the devourer of the dead, right before I went to sleep? No, probably not. One recurring element in these nocturnal terrors is the presence of the weeping serpent symbol you saw on the sarcophagus. It appears everywhere, etched into stone, slithering across sand, even coiling around your own limbs, its single eye fixed on you with an expression of profound sorrow and menace. Historians still debate the exact meaning and origin of certain obscure symbols found in ancient Egyptian funerary texts. Many of these symbols likely held specific, potent, magical, or protective properties that have been lost to time. Perhaps this serpent was one such guardian, now roused and displeased. You try to fight against the sleep, staying awake for as long as possible, fueled by copious amounts of coffee and a growing sense of desperation. But exhaustion eventually wins, dragging you down into the dark abyss of slumber, where the Pharaoh and his ancient horrors patiently await. You even try listening to gentle, calming music, but the Pharaoh's dream realm seems to have its own soundtrack, a low, guttural chanting that penetrates your subconscious.
A chilling presence that is slowly, inexorably, tightening its grip on your reality. You're not just having bad dreams anymore. Something is actively reaching for you from beyond the veil of sleep. The blurring lines between your dreams and waking life become starker, more terrifying. Now, it's not just fleeting flashes. It's a persistent, undeniable intrusion. The chill that has been following you intensifies, no longer a subtle cold spot, but a pervasive, bone-deep freeze that defies all logic. You find yourself constantly shivering, even under layers of blankets, your teeth chattering uncontrollably despite the warmth of your home. It's an internal cold, radiating from within, and it's unlike any chill you've ever experienced. Then, the physical manifestations begin. At first, they are minor, easily dismissed as coincidences or stress-related symptoms. You notice a persistent itch on your skin, an irritating prickle that no amount of scratching seems to relieve. You check for bug bites, rashes, anything, but find nothing. Just clear skin, yet the sensation remains, a constant, annoying reminder of something unseen. It's like wearing an invisible, scratchy wool sweater that you can't take off. One morning, you wake to find a faint, reddish mark on your forearm. It's thin, almost like a scratch, but perfectly straight, unlike anything you could have inflicted on yourself in your sleep. You dismiss it as an accidental brush against something sharp, perhaps a snag from your bed sheets. But over the next few days, more appear. On your neck, your shoulder, even a strange, symmetrical pattern on your thigh. They don't hurt, they don't itch, but they are undeniably there, stark against your skin, like cryptic warnings. It's not unlike the ritualistic scarification found in some ancient cultures, though those were intentional acts of identity or spiritual connection. Yours feel decidedly unintentional. A fascinating, though grim, historical fact is that ancient Egyptians used various methods of embalming and mummification, some of which involved extracting organs and filling the body cavities with natron salt. This process was designed to preserve the body for eternity, but it also resulted in a very distinct, dry, and often discolored appearance. Perhaps the marks on your skin are less about a curse and more about a very confused pharaoh trying to get a head start on your eternal preservation. Just kidding. Mostly. Your sense of smell, which had been plagued by the phantom scent of decay, now seems to have developed a perverse new sensitivity. The world around you begins to smell wrong. Fresh food tastes off, clean clothes carry a faint, musty odor, and even the air outside seems tainted with a subtle, earthy smell that reminds you disturbingly of, well, of the tomb. It's like your nose has been recalibrated to perceive only the unpleasant, the decaying, the ancient. You try to mask it with air fresheners and candles, but the underlying stench persists, a constant, low-grade assault on your senses. You might try showering multiple times a day, but the scent feels like it's coming from within you now. Then comes the nausea. It's not a sudden, violent sickness, but a slow, creeping queasiness that never fully subsides. You lose your appetite, food becoming unappealing, almost repulsive. The thought of eating makes your stomach churn. You try to force yourself, knowing you need nourishment, but each bite feels like a monumental effort, a